In this episode, you'll learn why toxic positivity is spiritual materialism in disguise. Welcome to Energy Alignment for Entrepreneurs, the podcast helping entrepreneurs be free from anxiety, stress, and tension through balancing emotions and consciousness expansion. Here's 3 things that you'll discover today. Number 1, how good vibes only keeps you emotionally constipated. Number 2, why spiritual concepts become ego decorations. Number 3, what to do when you realize you've been avoiding reality with spirituality. All right, how good vibes only keeps you emotionally constipated. This is a disgusting form of escapism. I'm not attacking you. Let's say you're listening right now and you're one of those people who's quite fairly optimistic. I am quite an agreeable guy naturally. And I understand the good vibes only. It's a balance that needs to be in accordance, though, where if you are always smiling, you're probably just hiding something. And if you're always, frowning, it's not right either. What emotions are, it's like a form of a roller coaster. The beauty of the spirit being the observer of the emotions is that you can ride the roller coaster and enjoy the ride. You're not like so stuck in the thought that why is this happening to me? You start to see that there are things that you can't control, but you're not the victim of what you can't control. See, that's super important here, where the good vibes only is it's kind of good in a form because you're not getting dragged around by things you can't control. But it can also be a escapism of you're avoiding what you can't control. It's intricate. There needs to be this dance between feeling deeply what you are without losing your peace in what you feel. How do you do that though, right? How do you practically have this balance between being agreeable, being positive, but also feeling deeply and being honest about the moments where something does not feel positive, right? A lot of the times we can go back to a straightforward, simple truth, which is do not speak if you do not have anything nice to say. What does that mean? It means that so frequently your tongue gives you away. And if you do not have clarity, if you do not have a strong sense of rhythm, in beauty, in harmony, in power, a lot of the times you're going to be better just looking, feeling, observing, tapping into the sounds, whatever it is that's going on inside and outside of you, feel it fully, right? Feel the gut while feeling the toes and the fingers and the head and the air and also the sounds, right? When you tap into not being stuck in only your mind, then the things which aren't good vibes only can still bring beauty. But when you're stuck in a false, fake, good vibes only, it's like you're trying so hard to not let the other energies in. The hilarious part about that is the energy is already within you. It's a illusion that you can not let it in. The truth is that you're actually holding on to it and you're not letting it out. The good vibes only, hence constipation, right? What is that actual physical process? It's like something is stuck. You're trying to force it out, right? When you're so trying to hold on to the good vibes, you're creating blockages. You're almost creating a dam in your energetic movement. This is how things get trapped in your unconscious because you're hiding from what is there. So when you let go of the good vibes only and you start to feel your emotions fully, you start to change how you see what you feel. See, this is the thing. You're always going to feel, but you can change where you stand. And when you change the angle at which you stand, what you feel also shifts. This is the art of alchemy. This is how Jesus turned water to wine. This is how he multiplied the fish. It is in alchemy, a internal spirit that you do not control, but you can learn to decipher what the moment is teaching you, what the moment is carrying. Do you really think that the man wanted to be chastised and nailed to the cross? Probably not, right? Why did he let it happen? Why did he not resist it? Why did he forgive them on the cross? When you are not holding on to what you want life to be, you start to learn to let go and let life show you what it's meant to be. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. And a lot of the times we obsess over what we want, but we're not realizing what we need. You see, what you have in your life right now is what you need. And sometimes that can be tough. You don't have to swallow it all at once. What you need to do, right, is to piece together momentum. And if anything, that's all I'm doing here is, see, I can share, and I can share, but you are responsible for changing. That's your duty. The beauty is that the natural rhythm of the universe is in alignment with change. The only constant is change, and you cannot step into the same river twice. So, you actually have the favor on your side. It can not always feel that way. So, I send you that gratitude, that graciousness, that gentleness that allows for you to surrender into and let go of the resistance in relationship to what is in your life. Now, number 2, why spiritual concepts become ego decorations. See, I've felt this deeply in myself, even the past few years. I started the podcast 3 years ago because I feel this weird sense I just need to share. I love sharing. There's almost nothing that keeps me more alive than doing what I'm doing actively right now. And that is just simply speaking from the heart. Now, the spiritual concept for me could be that I am someone special, that I have something to share. And that becomes the ego decoration. That's the trap. And I've seen it in my own relationship to building the brand, is like getting to a place where I'm overly planned. I can't do that. It feels off. It feels disgusting. So, but what are you supposed to do when everyone who has views on social media says, use these hooks, use these templates, follow these structures, right? It's this balance of, man, do I want to reach 100 people genuinely? Or do I want to reach 100,000 people and be working out of alignment? You know, the answer for me is straightforward. I'd much rather reach 100 people speaking genuinely, not being performative. You need to have that conversation with yourself too, and pay attention to your own attachments, right? Whatever status or position you may have in your career, like how much of that do you carry with you in terms of who you see yourself to be? Because if you do something for 40 hours a week, obviously you are pouring your heart, you're pouring your energy into that thing. But ask, does it charge you? Does it drain you? It's super important to find yourself in a line of living where your relationships, your work, your hobbies, your business endeavors. Everything that you do must support. And that being said, you may have some things that you're working through. I'm surely, always doing my best to change, to let go. It doesn't always happen instantly. Sometimes powerful shifts can happen in one moment. So it's this balance of, man, you have to trust in compounding, and you also have to live actively in the moment. Too much planning, you got a problem. Too much living in the moment, obsession with presence, forcing, how do I put it? A method or a tactic that's been extremely valuable for me is noticing what I feel. If every podcast, if everything I talked about was always noticing what you feel, that's not how you communicate. Some people may hear that and resonate with it, but you have to be diverse. You have to learn how to not wear many masks, but rather move in many different manners. You have to be versatile, dynamic, flexible, right? This is why I love the 4 seasons. They involuntarily invite you to let go of your friction and resistance, right? Hey, maybe I'll live somewhere warm in the future. I don't know, but I love it. I love it. When you have nature on your side saying, hey, I'm changing. You can't control the weather. Are you going to stop going on walks just because the weather changes? If going for a walk is a micro action which creates clarity, am I going to throw away that clarity for the comfort of not being poured on by rain in 40-degree windy weather? Let the vessel feel cold. Let yourself shiver. Bundle up. Do what you have to do to feel good. It's almost that simple. Now, you see, the spiritual concepts like good and bad, Christ versus Islam, Islam versus Buddhism, you having an identity of being a healer, any form of identity, even me being an athlete. Like, I just take care of my body. I don't need to label myself an athlete. Sure, some people may call me athletic. Well, that's maybe because I've been taking care of my body for a decade plus and moving in a certain way. But we are sowing seeds ultimately. Like, that's the main thing that this really comes down to. We're all sowing seeds. And the question is, are you aware of what you're creating? Right? Can you feel that there are areas to change? And now, number 3. What to do when you realize you've been avoiding reality with spirituality. This is huge. It's huge. But it's also, it's big and small. Because what my path has really felt like is that I had zero interest. Part of me was so obsessed with these shallow markers of success, like having money, cars, ladies. Now, I'm just but at the same time, I still love cars. I still love money. And I love one lady. And ultimately, what I'm saying here is that you can be tough when you're working on your spirit and you want to let your spirit guide you through the practical life. You're going to have moments where you compare yourself to others, but you cannot lose yourself in comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. Measurement will be the end of you if you're measuring your spirit. But if you move wisely, you'll meet the people. You'll find the opportunities. You'll be ready in the right moment for the relationship. So what I mean when I say what to do when you realize you've been avoiding reality with spirituality, it's extremely important to know thyself before you do certain things in life. In accordance with knowing thyself, you're going to have to do things. You're going to have to do the wrong things, say the wrong things to the wrong people, be in the wrong environment. You let go, you move, you change. naturally your life starts to work with you. You have to see yourself as the person long before you are the man, right? When did Jesus' ministry start? It didn't start when he was 3 years old. It didn't start when he was 25. You need to have patience in letting your heart show you what is true. You see what's true by looking at your own falsehood. Part of it can be praying. Part of it can be, devotion. But another part of it has to be extreme accountability with where you're wrong, with those moments in which you are disconnected, when those unconscious demons are arising in you. Feel them, because as above, as below. If you can feel the depths with integrity, with presence, those depths will convert the energy which was stored underneath. Now shines. You ever seen one of those, maybe in the movies, those golden rays that go from the sky to the ground? Or even more practically, we have rainbows. What's a rainbow? What does it signify? Well, it starts somewhere at the bottom, it goes up, and then it goes down. It has all the colors. Why would we have rainbows? It is almost like a metaphor for spiritual change. You have all these colors, all this energy, all these moments, things that you could label pain, things that you could label joy. Those are just words. The question is, can you feel the rainbow? What is that? Like Skittles or something? See, I don't know how else to put it though. Can you feel the rainbow? Can you feel the darkness? Can you feel the light? Can you feel the change from dark to light? So when you realize that you've adopted some form of attachment to a spiritual identity, it's important to get back to just simple groundedness, where you don't have to be focused on getting rich, but you do need to find a path of work that you love. You don't have to try to find that. It will find you if you surrender and commit to living a harmonious life. It'll take time, but it may already be right in front of you. It may be staring you in the face, and you just may have a incorrect idea or concept, which is inhibiting you from seeing how beautiful your life already is. A lot of the times that is how it works. We get these ideas of, oh, if I could just have these girls or this car and this amount of money and do these things that I have gotten these ideas from comparing myself to others, you just start to decipher all of that and see how shallow that internal chatter is. Start to realize, man, I thought I wanted those things. Maybe I didn't even need to get them to realize I don't want them. Then there's other things you're going to have to get to realize you don't want them. And this is all up to you. It's your life. It's in your hands. But look at reality. Make sure you take care of your body. You take care of your hygiene. Your house is in order, right? You maintain things physically. A huge part of mixing the spirit with reality is learning how to do things hands-on. Sockets, ratchets, jacks, cutting tools, measuring tape, levels. Just making things beautiful, but not obsessing over having everything golden and perfect. It is an extreme balance. I don't know what else to say. I care for you. I care for you so much. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time, energy, attention. All I ask is just please, dearly, will you share this with someone whom you know in your heart may resonate with these words? If you know that this message may help someone, even if it's for 20 minutes, share it with them. Have a conversation about it. Pick out a few main points. Build. I do not share this as shallow inspiration. I share this as a starting point for you. a jumping point for you. However you want to see it. Just share this with someone. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. New episodes are out Monday, Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Speak soon.